couple months in, I sparred. I made a kid bleed. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
This is for me. This is for me, Dad. What's up, everybody? My name is Brandon Lewis, and welcome to Combined Habits Podcast, Money, Music, and Marketing. And I have two special guests here today. Why don't you go on and introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Chris Martin, owner here of Azteca San Diego Boxing Club.
That's right. And my man.
And I'm Antoine, Big Twan. How are you over here representing Attorney King? I'm important all that we do in the community. And, just happy to be here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are at Azteca Boxing Club. Yo, I love this place, man. There's such family vibe. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like grind.
Yeah,
grind.
You know what, man? That's something that I envisioned, and it came to fruition. And it's nice, man, because you're not the first person to come and tell me, you know what, like, I like the vibe. And even fighters that come in here, hey, man, I like the vibe in here. And it's just nice to hear, man, because it's what I poured into it, what my partner, Adrian Melendrez, poured into it, who is my coach as well. It's just what we poured into it, man, and everybody seems to enjoy it.
Yeah. You poured in that love, that heart and soul.
Yeah, it's
and
real,
your own
man.
Hustle, your own
it's
hustle.
It's real, yeah, 100%
build
my own hustle, yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, man, so we're here today because we're technically working together.
Okay. Yeah.
And we made a song for you guys.
Dude, it was great. Fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's dope. I like it.
I appreciate it.
And hopefully everybody here can, I don't know if you can transfer it over and they can listen to it.
They're going to hear it.
Okay, perfect.
The whole world's going to hear it for a lot of reasons. We'll get into that.
All
right. And that happened here because of this man, Big Twan, right here. Why don't you tell us how this kind of collaboration came about?
Well, the collaboration came about, I do a lot of stuff in the community, and, balancing with me, with Attorney King, King's in office, I'm in the community. So, I came to the gym and saw an opportunity, and I saw a blessing that Chris and his team does for the community. Mm-hmm. Born and raised in my office right here in Bonita, and I'm from Southeast. I understood the struggle and all that, and I boxed as a kid. Yeah. But I watched them for a while, and I saw what they were doing, and the kids' faces, the coaches' faces, and the energy, the vibe is just phenomenal. So it just kind of pulled me in. I was like, I have to be a part of it. I need to meet this guy. I want to see how I can tag team with him in order to help the community, the kids in the community, the fighters that they have. I mean, because like you said, the energy is so phenomenal. When you walk through the door, you just you smell it. You know what I mean? And you want to start hitting the bag. Right. And to me, coming to a gym, I'm an athlete myself, and to feel that positive vibe, I was like, I want to be a part of it. I don't know what I can do, how I can help. And I sat with Chris, and he was like, oh, well, we can start doing this and that. Yeah. And then, I connected with you guys, and the awesome lyrics that you guys come up with. I mean, the vibe that you guys have. Yeah. And then, we just gave you a little ideas, and you guys turned around into a phenomenal anthem that I believe that will take this gym and its fighters to the next level, the more classy, the professional, with the grunt mode, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can still look the part, but, we still gonna knock you out. And that's kind of what the song emphasizes, it has the anthem, the lyrics and everything, and I feel you guys captured the connection that I wanted to bring together with you guys in the gym with Chris, and I think it's phenomenal.
Man, thank you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you had that idea, you came to me and you gave us a few bits of information. We came down here, when we met up, we saw the gym, we were able to absorb the vibe, right. And then that's part of our process too, to be able to input into the song. And then I'm telling you, when our boy Andy Toombs made the beat, right, he started like the main part of the beat. As soon as I heard it, literally the first thing that came out of my mouth was Azteca, and I was like, because I've always wanted to make a walkout song, right? And I was always so jealous and envious of like the rapper that came out with the boxer, like 50 Cent and Lil Wayne coming out with the boxer, and I always wanted it to be like a chant. Right. I feel like chants are like great anthem songs. Yeah, everyone can participate and say it, and it's like energy that comes out. Right. And so I'm telling you, the first words that came out of my mouth was exactly what's on the hook right now.
I like it, man. Yeah, and it's at first we just made a little tweak, right? Because
right.
Because originally it was like Azteca, like a white person saying it.
Like how I say it.
Yeah.
Because we used to say Aztecs. Like
Aztecs, of
right?
course. But just the little quick tweak, man, and I don't know, it made a world of a difference. But it's bad, man. It's awesome.
Hell yeah! So. Just so y'all know, Azteca. right?
Azteca.
Azteca. Yeah.
Azteca San Diego Boxing Club.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. I'm gonna take that and
yeah.
put it on. Yeah. No doubt. So you played it for the whole squad, the whole team. They heard it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, obviously I did play it for everybody and told her, hey, man, look, this is what we can do. We come out. You don't have to pick a song no more. You know, you can just boom. And I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna use it as well.
Okay.
I want to use it. I think it sounds sick.
Yeah.
Right. I retired in 2019, but I'm gonna fight again. And this is actually the second time this is mentioned because obviously the first conversation was with my wife. Right. She said, "Why? Why do you want to do that again?" And I said, "I just do. I feel like something's missing, right?" And for people to know, so I had a really bad eye fracture in 2008. It progressively got worse. I stayed undefeated for the first 5 years of my career. So 3 years after that injury, I was still good.
Yeah.
You know, like I was still winning, so whatever. So when I lost, like I didn't really attribute it to the fact that I had broke my orbital bone. And if anybody knew me from before 2000 or this year, 2021 and before, I had a head tilt. And that was just my body of correcting my vision because I saw double.
Wow.
You know? And my depth perception is off. Long story short, I got it fixed this year. Shout out to Dr. David Granite here at UCSD. Man, I had eye muscle surgery. Basically, I see one image now as before. Like, I wear glasses, guys, and my glasses had prisms. So what prisms do, if most people don't know, I didn't know, it just helps you see one image.
Wow.
And so think about that when I took my glasses off and then I was sparring. Sparring I could do, no problem. But it's a professional fight with 8-ounce gloves and milliseconds, you know, and then you get hit and the punches are different. Like you get hit with headgear in the gym, bigger gloves.
It's not the same.
Yeah, you brush it off. You hit like a bee, no problem. But no, man, it's a big difference, man, with small gloves and, you know, just any minimal mistake and, you know, cost you the fight, pretty much.
Right.
So anyways, long story short,
Yeah.
I want to do this again. I've been I'm not happy with my career. I started off 23-0. I finished 31-12, but not finished because I want to do more fights.
Right. Hey, you heard it here. What, second?
Second.
You heard it here second.
My wife heard it first.
Right. All right. Well, this is the first official announcement. Chris is coming out of retirement, baby.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk out to the Azteca song.
There you go. So we got
great,
an anthem
man.
now going forward, and that way people know, hey man, we're here. You know,
Absolutely.
what this place is.
Yeah, and it's gonna be great branding. I feel like because every fighter. Because how many fighters do you guys represent, like on a professional level?
Professional level, I have a few boxers and I have a few MMA fighters. So boom, 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 about 3 and 3, I believe. Professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, three boxing, three mixed martial artists.
Yeah.
You know, as far as mixed martial artists fighting out of this gym, everybody should know him. Phil Davis. Phil Davis is
Phil Davis,
former top-ranked UFC fighter, former Bellator light heavyweight champion. Boxers, I've had Emilio Bojorquez, who's retired at, and even he says he's gonna come back 24-3. Got a good record representing San Diego, Tijuana. That's Emilio Bojorquez. We got James the Icon Parks, 4-2 right now.
dope.
And 4-2. Who do we got? We got James Settle. James Settle's an MMA fighter. He's 4-2 as well. Fighting this weekend on UFC Fight Pass. Check it out, guys.
Okay.
UFC Fight Pass, Las Vegas. That's James Settle. We have he's an employee here, John Andrus. John Andrus, 3-1, mixed martial artist.
Dope. We got winning records out here.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's
the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Cliche, but that's the goal. You know, to aspire to be a champion, all that stuff.
Right.
Cliches, but that's the reality. You know, you want to be a champion.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you have a boxing club and you got pro fighters. They don't want to come to a losing
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? They don't wanna
So
come
that's
to a
what
losing
happens
club.
too. You know what I mean? So my guy right here that I was speaking to right before, he's 12-0 as a professional. Femi, short for Alawafemi. So he's 12-0 as a professional.
Wow.
He's going to be under my umbrella now as management. He'll still be doing his training in Los Angeles. But I just had a conversation with him, boom, and we're going to move forward. Yeah, you saw him. Yeah, that was him right there. And like I said, 12-0 as a pro, so now he's under this banner as well.
Amazing. So can we talk about that really quick? Like what was the decision making from his end that he needed needed to move? Was he a part of a different club and now he's changing, or was he
just the connections and the managerial aspects of it, getting him the right fights and getting him the right connections, because he hasn't fought in 3 years. And it's mainly because he can't get anybody to move him, and as far as move him, like manage him and get him fights and get him the right fights, because he can get a fight anywhere, but he's probably gonna get thrown to the wolves. You know what I mean? Because
fights that don't matter.
Well, fights that where he's the B side, which like in boxing, you're the A side, you're under the promoter's banner, or you're the B side, which means like you come from somewhere else, and boom, you're being fed to this guy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And let me tell you something about my history. Like I fought about 7 times in San Diego, and I fought I started off 23-0. I fought many fights where I was the A side. On paper, I don't have a lot of power, even though I knocked down a lot of my opponents. I have so many knockdowns, right? I always say, they got back up, they finished the fight. But I have 10 knockouts and 31 official knockouts and 31 victories, right? Fights were close. Is where I'm getting at. It's like if the fights were close, like they'd give me the edge because I'm the hometown boy, or I'm the A side, I'm the promoter's boy. I fought about 5 times in Tucson, Arizona, still being the A side. Even though I don't think there was any fights that were close there. But because I don't know, man, I don't know. They just weren't.
It's a crazy business.
Yeah, but 100% crazy business.
So, because one thing, obviously, part of what we do is marketing, and that's part of the show. So it's a perfect segue because we're already talking about it. So, 2 questions. First is, what classifies a fight to make it professional? Exactly.
So I always say that to me, you're not a professional. You win 10 professional fights. Why? Because anybody can sign up to be a fighter, to be a professional fighter.
Got you.
You had 1 amateur fight. Okay, boom, boom. You want to fight pro? There you go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's to the discretion of like the athletic commissions. I know California is pretty strict. California will go ahead and verify, hey, is this guy good? You know what I mean? Because they're careful, right? They don't want anybody to get hurt under their watch. Tijuana, where Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion, made his pro debut in Tijuana. Went and fought, I hate to say it, fought a cab driver. You know what I mean? but that doesn't negate the fact that Devin Haney's the best right now in the world. But he went down there and got his first professional fight against somebody that pretty much didn't have a chance. And most likely just wanted to collect a little bit of money, because they don't get paid a lot either down there. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
So anybody
could be a pro.
Want to turn pro? I got you.
Okay. I'll be pro at something else.
Yeah.
I like my face now. Okay, but you don't take somebody on to be a pro until they've won 10 pro fights.
No.
Or you don't consider them a pro?
My definition.
Gotcha.
My definition, not necessarily a real one, but my definition. When you win 10 professional fights, call yourself a professional fighter.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Basically because of what I just told you.
Right. So with the guys that was sitting here earlier that we were just talking about, he's won 12. He's 12-0.
It's 12-0.
Right. So talk to me about what it's going to take to be able to put him in the right position to have a great career.
Okay. Well, I have good amount of contacts. I know guys from the very top. Golden Boy, TGB, which is pretty much like premier boxing champions. If you watch PBC, if you watch boxing, watch enough boxing. PBC, I know those guys. I have the numbers in my phone where I can reach out. Hey, listen, I got this. Can we move him? Can we put him on one of your shows? Or look at him. pretty much that. I know like low level promoters where my guy James, who got robbed and he got a draw in his last fight. He boxed this kid up, and he was an Olympian for Armenia, and 2-0 versus 4-3. He's the A side. So for those of you that know boxing, if it's a draw, come on. When we're the B side, what happened?
Right.
What happened?
Of course.
He kicked his ass. You know what I mean? But that's the name of the game. And also sometimes, hey, I give guys that, but then, hey, listen, I gave you my guy like this. Help me move this guy. So in this case, like Femi, you know what I mean? Help me move him, and just that.
And it's like a series of negotiations,
pretty much,
and things like
pretty
that.
much. So also like the money and stuff. A lot of factors.
Okay, and so with a fighter like him in this day and age, is there usually like, do you need to see like footage of him? Is like, do you need to watch all his fights and like determine if this is something that, or is it just word of mouth, or like?
Well, I know who he is.
How do you know? Okay, so how do you know how good he is?
Yeah. And also like who he beat. You know, like so nowadays, not nowadays, starting probably like in about 2005, 2006. I want to say 2006, around when I turned pro. Box rec. So anybody, you can box rec anybody, and that's anybody, anywhere in the world. Why? Because like every commission pretty much now is under that umbrella of box rec. All the fights are under box rec,
and they're all recorded.
Yeah, everything's recorded.
Got it.
So like fights that happen in Tijuana, boom, that commission sends them straight to box rec. Boom, same thing, California, straight to box rec.
So you got records of everything
all over the world.
That's
even
tough.
like deep in Mexico, where you think like they barely have running water. I'm just kidding. They have box rec. You know, they have the commissions that report it, and then boom, it gets uploaded to box rec, which is cool, man. Because like there was a time I worked at City Boxing. That was my first job, and some dude comes in off the streets, homeless guy. And he's like, "Oh, you know, I was a boxer." I was like, "Oh yeah, cool, man." Like, yeah, I was 19-1. Oh dang, man, that's a good record. And blah blah blah. And he fucking, what's your name? Fucking told us his name. That fool left. We box wrecked him. He was 1-19, man.
He flipped it.
Yeah, he flipped it. He was 1-19.
He got knocked out so many times. He flipped his numbers.
So now the same thing. When people come in, there's another guy. I remember. I'm not gonna say his name, but when I was looking for a gym when I was 14 years old, I'm 36. 14 years old. That's when I started boxing. My dad took me to different sites here in San Diego, and there's a guy that says like, "Oh, I was world champion this, world champion that," and I was like, "Oh wow," like, you know what I mean? Long story short, long story short, it was 14, so it was 2000.
Got you.
Long story short, we didn't go that route because he was charging a lot of money. You know, $150 a month.
Yeah.
In the year 2000.
Right.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, yeah, F him, whatever.
Right.
And then later on, after now I'm in the game, that guy didn't do shit. Like nothing.
That's
like
crazy.
Nothing. Like straight up nothing. And it was just, like had trophies and so now when people come in here, I tell them, hey man, you got the internet now, you got this, you got that, everything's verifiable. I point out a few of my posters. You can look up those fights. It really happened. You know what I mean? It really happened.
Okay, so let's talk about, so we went back in the past with your pops. He was, signing you up for, so he signed you up for your first boxing club, you said?
Yeah, so I trained at Ken Shamrock's Lions Den in right here in Chula Vista. And the only reason why I started boxing, and the same thing I do with my kids. My kids are 16 and 12, and I have a 10-month-old. Nice. And then, so my kids, they know you have to be active with something.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna get home from school and lounge around, do nothing. Right. So pretty much my dad instilled that in me. I didn't make grades for soccer in high school. It was just, it's so easy to make grades, but anyways, I didn't make grades. And then he got upset. And he's like, all right, you're not gonna sit here and sit around and do what you want. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, you want to try boxing now? Because, dude, since I was 8, my dad was telling me, 8. I was like, oh yeah, Dad, we'll go next time, or we'll go next month. But I was scared.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, yeah, let's try it. Bro, I got in the gym. I liked it. A couple months in, I sparred. I made a kid bleed. I was like, oh fuck yeah,
This is for me.
This
is for me, Dad.
what I'm
Sign me
about.
up.
Yeah, I didn't get my ass kicked
Yeah.
until like about a year and a half in. And I always tell people like getting your ass kicked is either gonna make you want to do this more, or make you say, you know what, it's not for me.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
that dude kicking my ass, Richard Vargas, I still remember you. Yeah. No, I mean because I took this obviously like so much further, right? But he was good at the time. He was very good. I couldn't hit him. He had very good head movement, but it got to the point where he couldn't hit me, and I was just too much for him.
Yeah.
So I tell that story to some. I actually told that story to one of the kids that was in here, and he's like, "That sounds like a lie." He told me. That sounds like a lie. I was like, "Oh, you little punk." I was like, "It's not a lie." I was like, "It's the truth," but that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I just persevered. I wanted it more. I got really good at it, and I did more with it than I ever would have thought.
That's great. So what was the point at which, when did you start the gym? Like, how did you start it, essentially?
So here I started in 2019. I was a correctional officer from 2008 to about 2019.
And were you still boxing then?
Yeah, like I did my entire professional career, bro, holding a job.
Yeah.
My wife, my kids, you know what I mean? Like I like to say that. I like to brag about that shit. So I was 23-0, bro. I fucking managed my family, a job.
That's dope.
And my training, man.
It's a lot.
You know, it was hard. I'd run in the mornings, wake up at 4:30. Wake up at 4:30. I went in at 7. 4:30, go running, come back, go to work, get home around 4, hang out, go to the gym. That was my life, man. That was my life. You know, times where like my wife would be like, "You're never home." I was like,
right.
I know. I was like, I know. But man, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So the way this thing started, I ended up getting fired, man, from being a correctional officer. I gave my lunch away to an inmate, and now it's funny. You know what I mean? At the time, that shit wasn't funny at all. And some of my friends that I still talk to, you know, from there, will talk shit, you know, because I gave them a tamale. Tamale. Tamal. It's a tamal.
Yeah.
And then, dude, it was December 27th is when I gave it to him. So think about it. Being Hispanic Mexican, we eat tamales the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, and I was tired of eating it on the 20th. So like, I literally and to my homie Hawkins, what's up, bro? Thank you for lunch that day. So on that day, so many things had to happen.
Yeah.
He bought me lunch. He's like, because I was going in my car. He's like, "Hey, Christopher, where you going?" To my car. He's like, "You want some burros?" So I was like, it was a rule. If I fly, you buy.
Right.
So he bought me some burros. I came back. I gave my lunch away. That's a real story, man. I gave my lunch away to an inmate. No problem. And that fool used to hook me up in the kitchen all the time.
Yeah.
He used to give me like just whatever they were making.
Right.
And so I gave him a tamale, bro. You know what I mean? Thought nothing of it. So yeah, I got fired in January, like late January.
How'd they catch you? How'd they find out?
Late January. So it was on cameras, but then somebody told on him.
Shit.
And like, yeah, Officer Martin's bringing him food. Like,
He didn't bring me none.
one time, bro, one time. So I guess, long story short, that dude was like trying to run stuff. I didn't know, I didn't care.
Right.
But he was trying to run stuff, and they tipped up this guy. That guy busted right on him.
Yeah.
That was happening, that they were making them steal from the kitchen. And then, so he told on him that I gave him lunch. One time, just took one time. You know what I mean? But it's the best thing that's ever happened, because look what, because I never would have took that chance.
That's
and I remember thinking too, like I would sit there because I had a lot of time on my hands. You can't bring no cell phones inside.
Right.
So I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time to think. I was like, all right, after my career is done, it's coming to a dwindle. Like, even though I wasn't really thinking like that, like, but like after boxing, I want my own gym. I want my own place.
Right.
Right. And then it just came to be, man, because my back was against the wall. I need to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose my house. I didn't want to lose my cars.
And great to do it in something that you love.
Dude.
Exactly.
I couldn't have put together a better scenario than this, bro. Because I'm now making a living off this place, and it's not really work.
Hell
I love
no.
what I do. Yeah.
Absolutely, every day. Where'd the name come from?
So, my very first amateur win, and it was in LA at Azteca in LA. So there's an Azteca in LA. Once I became professional, there's an Azteca in TJ, in Tijuana. And right there, man, I have to say that a lot of guys helped me out, you know, like sparring. Juan Carlos Burgos, who you guys can box rec, very good fighter. We were both undefeated coming up. He was a featherweight 126.
Yeah.
I was 122 pounds, fighting at 122 pounds. And he helped me a lot in sparring. There's a few other guys. I think Ricardo Vargas was his name, but he was more of a journeyman, probably like a lot of wins, a lot of losses, but nonetheless, like good sparring, like helped me a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at the time, back then, like now I have Sentry. Talk to anybody that has Sentry. Sentry's badass, bro. You go, you won't spend more than 30 minutes. Now you go down there and before we would make like 2-hour line to come back.
Yeah.
So not only am I going to TJ, I'm coming back like taking 2 hours to cross the border,
Right.
making that long ass line. You know what I mean?
But you got Century now.
I got Sentry now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just came back from Cancun, and we went through the CBX.
Yeah, and you went? Did you go to? You have Sentry? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! It's
But
like
we
the
just
best thing
walked
ever.
Right across.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Cool. All right, so I want to shift gears a little bit.
Let's do it.
And I want to ask you first if you are up on this, because I want to get your opinion before we hear his opinion.
Okay.
All right, so little current events. What is your opinion about the new shift that's taking place in boxing with, like, the social media people? So, like, you got people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and all these other, like, YouTubers and things like that
Right.
who are getting into boxing. And because they have such a big following, they're able to get people to come to fights and get
Yeah.
people to pay for pay-per-view. And they're
Generate.
calling out these famous, like, other famous people and, like, you know, older boxers and older fighters and stuff.
Right.
What's your opinion on that?
I mean, to me, I like it because
Yeah.
now it's bringing the attention that I feel was once lost
Yeah.
to a craft and an art that, I mean, it goes back to gladiator
Yeah.
days. And I think if you can use the social media and the influencers to be able to promote a gym, a fighter, or to bring that groove back to it, you know, that gridiron stuff, how it used to be.
Right.
The bare knuckles to the gloves and all that. I think that's huge. I mean, why not use it to uplift, you know, like what Chris would do, and like Chris coming back out of retirement, and now he has a whole gym to follow. I mean, to me, that's huge because what better motivation than your own people supporting you? And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's phenomenal. I mean, I like what they're doing. I like how people using their platform to promote. Because a lot of times these fighters and gyms, they need that promotion. I mean, that's what drew me to Chris was the fact that he embraced me. I mean, I've come and trained in the morning also with them, and I've learned a lot. You know, I've actually sparred a couple times, you know, and it felt good to knock the dude in his head a couple times. Once they moved me from orthodox to southpaw, you know, be able to switch like that and being an athlete, you know, I can already hit. So it's just learning the techniques that you never know until you're actually in here training, and they're on you, man. This guy is yelling in my face, come on, I want to quit. Nah, 30 more seconds. And so they're really on you, and to me, to support that, and then to actually know some of the fighters, like I got Brenda Hernandez, I was her vice principal back in Keela Leadership Academy when she was like 12.
Yeah.
Now she's like 27 with a daughter, has a job, and she's on her way to be a female pro fighter.
That's crazy.
And that's phenomenal because to be able to see, she was fighting back in the day in the school. So that's how she still
Full
calls me
circle
Mr.
right
Howard.
there.
Full circle to the gym. And I was like, what? And she was like, Mr. Howard. So I could support that, you know what I mean? And anything that she wants to do, because anything you put your mind and heart and soul to it, you need that support.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here. And that's why I work out. That's why I call Chris my partner for the gym. That's why I was able to help out with King and put him in the corner and the banners and all, because you need that outside help. You know, that's why I came to you for the song, because I'm like, dude, they need an anthem. They need something, because I'm in the music.
Right.
And I was like, and he'll tell you, I'll be like, man, I want to do this. I want to do this. He'd be like, man, you know, slow down. You know, you're everywhere. But it's like, because I see the potential in him. And in his camp and in the gym and the fighters he's bringing out of here.
Yeah.
So that's why if we can use our platform and all that, what they're doing now, let's do it. I mean, I was just at the last fight at the sports arena with him and being in the back, being in the room, watching him do the gloves.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Cool.
watching him do what he does. I mean, it's phenomenal. Until you actually see there and you're there, you'll
can't-
never
that
be able to
feeling,
experience it.
no.
Walking out and the lights. I was like, just
It's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So,
And that's what I can support, and that's why I'm here, bro. That's why I say I got to fully immerse myself in Azteca Boxing Club, because what they do, I mean, they just did a battle in Bonita. They had 20 rounds in the parking lot, dude. It was just awesome
Dang.
to see
Yeah, that was
so
cool.
many
It was
people
cool.
here.
Yeah, amateur fighters.
Yeah,
So,
all amateur
like the
fighters.
kids, you know, it's
Yeah.
like to see the fighters of the future right here.
Yeah.
It's really
That's
cool,
true.
man. Yeah, it's cool.
And to be able to sit ringside and just
Oh, yeah.
cheer them on. And,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, wow, you know, and I know the kids, I've seen them, and, you know, they're in there doing what they're doing because the coach, you know, that's all because of this guy's dream, his vision. And that's why I pour into this guy so much, and I follow him, I believe in him, and I tell him, dude, let's take this even big. Let's take it to the casinos. Let's really make it do what it do. And that's why I'm out there looking
That's the
for
plan.
more sponsorships
Yeah.
and more partnerships, because I see what they can, and if I can add to it and take it to the next level, that's what we're gonna do together. And that's where you come in with the song. So when they play that song, man. Just like when you sent me the little 10-second
video,
clip, dude.
yeah.
I lost it. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm in there with him doing it, and I
Oh,
called him
man.
like, dude, and I showed Chris, and we
Yeah,
played it here.
the first time he played it in here, man. It was cool, man.
Yeah.
So it's bumping. It's good.
Hell yeah.
And so that's what I feel with, like the question you asked with the, you know, the
Influencers.
influencers,
Yeah.
the Facebook, the Instagram, all that can be used the right way. We can change the game,
Yeah.
and actually the support that this craft needs. I mean, I think a lot of times the fighters don't get the support that they need.
Yeah.
And either win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter, but it's that support that'll make this craft last longer. And if we can use it as the influencers, why not?
Yeah, I mean the whole business is based on promotion. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know-
what do you think? What's your thoughts on it?
I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
Same thing, bro. Like, was it Jake Paul?
Jake Paul,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jake Paul. Yeah, I'm for that guy, man. Why? Because he's bringing eyes to the sport.
Yeah.
And then, like, I know him as Jake Paul, boxer. I don't know him.
So that was the first time you were introduced to him.
Yeah, boxing. I have no idea who he is.
Right.
And then
So
I
it didn't
think
really make a difference to
It didn't
you.
make a
Yeah.
difference to me at all. Like you know, I think my kids knew who he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, my kids knew who he was.
Yeah. So I mean, they blew up on YouTube. For
Yeah.
just making funny, random, whatever videos.
Yeah.
But they're both like pretty big
Yeah.
dudes.
Dude, yeah, dude,
You know?
yeah. I don't know the one that fought Mayweather. I thought, I don't think he can box.
Right.
But the
Jake Paul.
Jake
the other
Paul,
one,
I
yeah.
think he's good.
Yeah.
The legitimately good. You know, why are you gonna hate on him? You can't hate on
Yeah.
him. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't hate on him.
I feel like people just hate because they think, oh, you're rich and famous, and you think you can just do whatever you want, type of thing, you know, and like,
And one, like he said, he's bringing eyes to this man, and he's the 2020 Tommy Morrison. Look back at
Yeah.
Tommy Morrison,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Hey, bro, he looks similar to him.
yeah,
Similar built, and hey, bro, he's knocking fools out.
Yeah.
What can you say? You can't say shit.
Did you watch the fight against him and Spider?
I didn't, only because something else was on. So there was another fight that day. I think. I don't know.
Anderson Silva. There's the
Anderson
name.
Silva,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 I bought it.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I need to see this, man.
Okay.
I paid $60 for it.
Nice. Hey, man,
I mean-
and that's good, man. You see, he brought you into it, and
He
you're
did.
what, like a casual fan?
I mean, I love boxing.
Okay.
I love boxing. I grew up, you know, my parents having everybody over at the house for the
There you
fight.
go. Same here.
You know,
Same
exactly.
here.
And that, I love that. And that, like you said, completely disappeared at one point.
Yeah.
Where, like, after Mayweather's essentially, like, stopped, there wasn't much, at least for me, like,
Yeah.
maybe you can call me a casual fan because I'm not a boxer. You're obviously
No,
completely
but
immersed.
yeah,
but
but-
there was nobody else that I was like super hype about.
Yeah, ready to go
essentially.
see, ready to
Right,
watch,
and like
yeah.
Canelo kept going, but like there was no one for him to fight.
Yeah. Pretty
much,
until
yeah.
he started fighting Triple G, and it was like
Yeah.
okay, but it was so sporadic. It used to just be like at least once a year.
Yeah.
there was something major that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah.
sprung for the cash. You had the party.
And that's another thing that brought me to boxing too, because that's
Yeah.
something that I did with, like, boxing is a family thing.
Yeah.
My dad would have the the Chavez fights back in the day and the Tyson fights back in the day. His Navy buddies would come to the house.
Yeah.
I remember that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Even De La Hoya, the De La Hoya fights,
Oh,
and then
man.
the Mayweather fights.
I mean, that era was like.
And then the Pacquiao fights.
Yep.
So I'm giving you all of them, bro. You know what I mean? And now the Canelo fights, the Morales fights, Barrera fights. You know, like boxing's in the DNA, man.
Yep.
Because I saw it like my dad. You know what I mean? Like, and it just, you know, that's another thing too. Like maybe I want to be a pro boxer. Like, I don't know, not really, because my dad loves me, but be like, hey, you know, have something to talk with my dad. I guess I don't know.
Just more relatability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Absolutely.
Yes
That's
and
the
no.
thing.
That's kind of a fine line, but yeah, because
Right.
my dad loves me.
Cherry on
bro.
top.
Cherry on top.
My
There you
dad
go.
loves me though.
Yeah.
He does.
He loves my brother too. There's just two of us. He loves us both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Cool. That was a good talk.
Yeah, man. It went by fast. It went
For
by fast.
sure,
It was very,
for sure.
very easy going, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Thank you for being able to shine the light here in my business, bro.
Absolutely.
This is something that I love. I know that when people come in here, they feel it. Like you said, when he came in here, you felt the energy, and that's because we put out a good product, number one.
Yeah.
But it's also a very, very good and humble place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So 2 things I want to close with. Number 1, we got to shoot the music video.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So it'll be super dope to be able to incorporate your pros and like maybe some of the kids. I know you have a lot of great ideas, but
Yeah.
somehow getting everybody involved to show the family aspect, but
I'm with you.
also the
100% of the way.
top-tier, high-level
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and that'll be a great promotional piece too. And number 2, I got to come to a fight.
Oh yeah, dude.
I want to
Yeah.
watch the gloves get wrapped on. You should let me perform the song on
Dude,
walkout.
dude, hey, I'm with it.
Yeah.
So maybe like a high caliber guy like Femi that you just saw.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Yeah, that would work.
I told
that
you
would-
that's my dream. I want to.
Yeah,
That would definitely work,
I want to
man.
walk out.
And here's another thing that like, because as I say things, like I said back in the day about like starting a gym, and it happened.
Yeah.
Like if you, what's the if you talk it, it'll happen.
Manifest.
Manifest.
Yeah, manifest. Oh, there you go. Nice.
Speaking to
Manifest your
existence,
reality
man.
right
Yeah,
Manifest is
Yeah.
speaking in the air,
Exactly.
speaking in reality,
Yeah.
believe it.
So okay. I told you I fought about 7 times here in San Diego. I fought at the 4 Point Sheraton in Kearney Mesa, and that's one of my favorite things that because a lot of my friends, a lot of my family were able to come here and support me, right?
Yeah.
So I want to do the same.
Yeah.
Right? For guys like I just said, but for Femi and for James the Icon Parks and for the rest of the boxers that I have here. I want to do a show. I want to promote.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be a promoter. I want to put fights on for the public. I want
Yeah.
people to realize, hey man, boxing is here in San Diego too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And San Diego needs that type of thing because you have all the industries. You got the music industry, film industry, and sports.
Right.
And like sports have been like quietly leaving San Diego.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's like, and the music
Still,
industry,
go Chargers.
I know, right? I mean, we can't help it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Aztecs got a new stadium. Have you
Oh,
been to the
there, yeah.
stadium?
No, I haven't, man,
So,
but I heard it's awesome.
It's very nice. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
that you
so-
can the way you see it.
Dude, he was there. He performed a song and made a song for the Aztecs.
Oh, really? That's dope,
Yeah,
man.
Their
Hell
walkout
yeah.
song is his song.
Dude, props on that.
Yeah,
props on that.
I'm gonna hype you up right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
This guy and his team have
And the-
talent.
They played at the games.
They played it, dude. He was up in the booth singing it and all that. I was watching him, man.
Hell yeah, man.
So,
That's
so
cool,
why
man.
not get the best?
Yeah,
If you got the best, why not
absol-
work with the best?
absolutely, man.
And
That's
that's
really
what this
cool, dude. That's
whole
really cool.
connection is about.
Yeah. Collaboration, just working.
Yeah, with the
man.
right people, the right team. You know, teamwork makes the dream work, and
Absolutely.
and that's where that's what I love about it. It's like, what can I bring to the table? How can I help grow this? What can I do in the streets in the community
Yeah.
to bring it here? Because, like I said, the program is phenomenal. When you come in the afternoon, you see all these little kids boxing and doing what they're doing, and they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. I mean, those little
we
kids.
got we got a lot of good kids, man.
Yeah, and I've watched them fight in the ring, and I'm like, man, like you're a total different person. And they be like, yeah, you know, I'm a beast. And I do that. But it all stems from the coach.
Right,
You know,
of
I'm all
course.
about leadership, determinants, and the attitude of the atmosphere. And that's what's so bomb about Azteca Boxing Club is that it has good leadership, strong leadership. And that's why I love to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Gotcha, brother.
And we'll close on that, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Twan.
Always, brother.
I'm Brandon Lewis, and we out.
We out.